Hey, welcome to Rich Experiences. Today, I want to talk about why places like Latin America closes its streets every Sunday and the U.S. doesn't. Let's get right into it. See, there's something really unique about being in Latin America on a Sunday morning. You step outside and instead of being met with traffic, noise, and chaos, the streets are basically completely taken over by people. At least a lot of the streets are designated streets. No cars, no honking, just bikes, runners, families, music, and energy. Now this is Ciclovia. And honestly, it's one of my favorite things about Latin America. See, Ciclovia is basically when cities shut down major roads, usually on Sundays or holidays, and open them up for the people instead of cars. Now, how beautiful is that? So what's normally a busy highway or street turns into a massive open playground. You see people biking for miles, jogging, roller skating, walking their dogs, dancing in the middle of the street, even group fitness classes just happening right there on the open road. But it's not just exercise, it's an entire culture. Now, this started in Bogotá, where Ciclovia has been around since like the 1970s. And today, it's huge. Every Sunday, over 1 million people come out to use more than like 100 kilometers of car-free streets. So that's not a small event. That's a citywide lifestyle. And the thing is, it spread. Now you'll find Ciclovia style events all over Latin America. Cities like Mexico, Quito, Lima, Santiago all have their own versions of Ciclovia. And each one has its own vibes, but the idea and the concept is still the same. Give the city back to the people at least a few hours every week. Now, how cool is that? Now, let's talk about one of my favorites. This is in Medellin. Medellin Ciclovia happens every Sunday and even on some holidays. And yeah, you'll definitely see it in areas like Poblado, El Poblado, but it actually stretches way beyond that. Major roads across the city get shut down, connecting different neighborhoods through these car-free routes. Now, what I like about Medellin's version is the energy. It's the energy. You got the mountain views in the background, perfect weather, and just the mix of the locals and foreigners all out there doing their thing. So it doesn't feel like a fitness event. It feels like the city is alive in a different way. And this is where Latin America just does things differently. Because Ciclovia isn't treated like some occasional festival. It's consistent. It's one of the things I like about it. It's expected. It's part of weekly life. Now, to be fair, this concept isn't only in Latin America. Cities like New York City have events like summer streets, and places like Paris occasionally go car-free in certain areas. But it's not the same. Because it's not every week. It's not as deeply rooted in their culture. And I think that's the difference. See, in a lot of Latin American cities, public space feels more shared, less controlled by cars and just more designed for people, at least on these designated days. Now, as a traveler, it's one of the easiest ways to feel connected to a city. You don't need to plan. You just show up. Walk, ride, explore, and you're instantly part of the culture. So if you ever find yourself in Latin America on a Sunday morning, don't sleep in. Go to find the Ciclovia, because for a few hours, you'll see a completely different side of the city.